myself, all by myself. I gotta get it myself.
Yo, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the Disruption Podcast, where we talk some common sense, some nonsense, and we're yet to make any sense off this show. So please pray for us. We need sponsors.
How you gonna start it off like that?
You put us in a bad place.
Come on, man. It's a good start.
Man did a cry for help in the beginning, man. What going? It's Chief All Sergeant in the building, baby.
It's my weed.
I'm taking it back. For y'all that are watching right now, Ma was attempting to do the switching of the visuals.
To be honest, you didn't even give me a chance. Like, I was on it for like 18 seconds.
It was a bad 18 seconds.
I mean,
it was your time to shine, and then you were delayed.
Yo, it's Young Jollof Rice, no Gabriel. What's up?
Yeah, man.
How you doing? All right, so let's get into it, man.
You don't want to introduce yourself?
Nah, trust. I already said myself, but the guy spoke over me, so I don't care. So yesterday, I went out.
Okay.
I went to a restaurant with my homie, and then after that, someone at the counter, that served us. We had like a mad conversation, right? She was from Spain, so we had like a mad conversation whilst we're waiting for our food, and then after that, blah blah blah, and then we were the last one to leave the restaurant, and the restaurant was closing.
Did she not serve anyone else?
No, we're like, we're the only ones in the restaurant. No, because it was closing at 10. We got there like 9:45. Yeah, we just wanted to eat.
What the heck?
No, we just wanted to eat.
You guys are so annoying. Those are the people that hate, like,
No.
Someone's coming in the store as you're shutting the shutters.
No.
honestly.
This is a size 8.
No, I just had to be quick. So we went, tried to get our food. We had a really good conversation. And then we also have them put up the chairs, and we're having like a mad
help them close.
Yeah, we helped them close, and then,
Nice.
we had like a mad conversation. And then the other work also joined. So there's two of them and there's two of us. We're just talking about life, whatever, yeah.
Double date. Okay.
Nah, it's not. Okay, maybe. But so we walked out, and then I was like to my friend, bro, I thought of a crazy thing, Isn't it crazy where you have like a mad conversation with someone, and then when you walk away, you're like, I'm never gonna talk to that person again. Or I will never see them again.
True.
And then it's like, and the thing is, you only had a 5-minute conversation, which is a dope conversation, but that's not enough for you to say, hey, can I add you on this, or can I do this?
It's one of them ones that you in my life for this moment.
For this moment, and it's actually so crazy. And it's not like just opposite sex as well. It's like, I met other guys, so I was like, bro, you dope.
Yeah.
Like your fashion, we like the same thing. And then it's like, but we've only had like a 3-minute conversation, but it's like
3-minute relationship, damn.
Yeah, it's dope. And then I walk away and I was like, man, this guy was dope.
Hopeless romantic.
No, because a lot of people are gonna be like, oh, this happens when boy and girl. This happens when a girl and a female and female.
What
cool
about
people in general?
When you have a conversation with someone, and you think, I'll have this conversation because I'm never gonna see you again, and then
as in just
turns out they know somebody.
You have some mutuals.
I was at a store, and I don't know, the girl that was serving was like writing stuff down, whatnot. And I was like, you know what? She has nice handwriting. I was like, your handwriting is very satisfying. I was like, because like the way she was writing and everything.
Of all the
and she was like, oh,
bro.
thank you, blah, blah, whatever, right? And then someone puts me on their Instagram story later that night, and she goes, hey, I served that guy today.
No.
I don't want to know that you're a real person.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy when you meet people and then after they're like, oh, you actually have a real life outside of whatever I just saw you in right now.
Bro,
it's
when
wild.
you find out that teachers are married.
Let's not go down that path.
Married.
There's teachers that are married with children.
Let's not go down that path.
Yuck.
Whatever yak.
I know. What do you guys think that they do when they're not
I don't know. Trust. I don't know. Marking our grades. I don't know.
Like, I think up to year 7 or something, I thought they all would go back and like bunk in their school dorm or something.
No, you crazy.
Or all the teachers together.
Yeah.
You know what?
No, I was gonna say, but that's fact. Sometimes it's like, I'm never gonna see you, so it's like, I'm just gonna be wild with my questions.
Yeah. What y'all talk about?
We spoke about like, cause she's been living here for 2 years.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Oh, I forgot her name.
Wow.
It's a Spanish name, bro. So it's hard to kind of remember those names, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then she was just,
Roberta.
I knew it was
I
gonna
don't
do
know.
something, bro.
Rodriguez. I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Rodriguez.
What? I don't know. Leave me alone. So her spoke about like, and it's like, oh, how long you guys been here for? What languages you guys speak? And we just had like a mad ass vibe right there.
Spanish, duh.
No, like to us, like, oh, what language you guys
right.
speak? And then because my friend spoke like 5 languages. So then, he was like, this. I'm like, damn, nigga. I didn't even know you speak that many languages.
What just happened?
That's exactly what I said to him. I said, Yeah. So,
You guys stressing.
well, you made it worse. But yeah. But anyways, that whole concept just blew my mind. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, like. But then it's messed up when you find out like that's a mutual of someone as well. You're like, oh damn. So
You know what I've always made sure I never do? You just can't roast.
No, you know what else is crazy?
Such a tease. I hate you.
How there's so many humans in the world that you're never gonna meet.
Shut up.
That
Anyways,
is true.
yeah.
That is true.
No, we're not going down this path.
Yes. No. Yes, I love you for that.
Unless you're traveling, you're not gonna meet like anyone outside of where you live. Unless you actually take yourself out of
True.
where
I
you
agree.
are.
Daniel, what were you saying?
You're really just going to continue talking about this?
Daniel, why'd you stand up?
Yeah.
Green shorts, green t-shirt, dressed like a
So
celery.
dramatic.
Hey, rate my outfit out of 10 if you're... Rate my outfit out of 10 if you're watching this.
1.5.
Oh, man.
Why
What I
shoes?
wanted to say, yeah?
Yeah. All right,
sorry,
let's get a bit serious.
No, I was trying to inspire... I was trying to channel Nigerian youth.
Yeah, be quiet. Yeah, well, what's your point?
vibes
Yeah.
today, bro. All right. My point is, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I've made sure that I don't like diss people. Like if you're with a friend or someone, yeah. Like, oh damn, look at that lady. Oh my god, look at the. I'm so scared of the days like that's my mom, bro. Yo, I'm like fearful of like
Bro, that
someone
happened to me at
saying
some
something
point.
like that.
Bro, that happened to me at some point. Someone said
that's
something
an
about that, and I was like, "That's my mom."
Oh.
Oh, you said that's
No, they said
they
to
said
him.
something.
He's
Wait, was it actually your mom?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's
That's
what
bad.
this was, bro. What was this?
that's
I don't know.
bro. That's why you have to know them well enough.
Nah,
in order
just-
for,
No,
No, just don't do it.
Nah.
Just don't do
Just
it.
no. I mean, yeah, don't say it. But
Sometimes the joke's funny.
if you are gonna say it, make sure you at least know that there's no correlation between you and that person.
a risk, man.
Or make sure the joke is so funny that they can't actually be angry.
Yeah.
No, that's
Although
what-
sometimes when the joke is like really accurate, it makes people more angry.
Yeah, because like I know that we never want to talk about it. Yeah. Well, damn, man.
Nah, yeah, just don't roast.
Yeah.
Yeah, what else did you talk about that took you guys all the way up until the point that you started cleaning up for these people?
Well, I don't know. My friend started putting
No
up the chair.
payroll.
Huh?
No
my
payroll.
No, my friend started putting up the chair. I was like, damn, I have to do this. So I was just like, I don't
That is
know.
sick, though. I've
It was
really
a mad vibe. And this is what it is as well,
Yeah,
yeah,
good
bro. No, it's like, bro, I think we should kind of live in this world where it's like, bro, just be cool with everybody,
Yo.
bro. Be peaceful. Go to someone. It's like when I was been reading these books or whatever, yeah. It hits you different when someone actually calls you by your name when you're at work. So imagine you have a name tag, yeah, and I was like, thank you, Danny, for your help.
Yeah.
Damn, that hits different.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
telling
Oh,
you.
you see, I've thought about doing that, but I always feel weird.
Yeah,
Thanks, Carla.
It feels like
I
it's
didn't know my name.
forward, yeah, but
Yeah.
your name tag is there. For me, whenever I got called my name, for a second, I'm like, wait, how do you? What do we? I'm like, true. my name
I'm
tag.
telling you.
And then it feels different. I'm like, oh,
Nah, it hits different, especially if you've been walking around helping them out, this, that, and then they're like, "Thank you for your help," and then they say your name, you're like, "Wow."
Now, you know why
crazy
it's weird
handshake,
to
pat
me?
on the cheeks. Oosh, they dip. Nope, never happened to you. Okay, yes.
But the cheeks, oh, that's
But then it
crazy.
just shows that you're just taking the time to read their name tag. It's not.
Which is
Okay,
another
it's,
name
like,
tag
it's
that's-
weird to me because it's like you know their name and they don't know yours. So you're like, oh, thanks, Carla. And she's like, yeah.
I don't know. I've never had that experience. A lot of people's like they're surprised that you call them by the name because a lot of people don't do that.
Yeah.
They serve 1,000 customers and no one ever say thank you, Kylo, or thank you this or whatever. So when you do, it's like wow, like this
So wait,
person.
have you been hearing
the point if
Kyla
you
the whole
can't
time?
even-
No,
No, because he just said it. Yeah, I just use that name.
So you've been hearing Kyla
Yeah,
instead?
yeah. I've been hearing Kylo. Yeah, but you
Wait,
know what I'm
so
saying?
you
Yeah?
use the server's name and you don't even remember anymore?
I don't know what you're talking about. But I think when you pay attention to someone's name tag and so on, it's like it's different. You know what I mean? Last time I was like, "Thank you, sir." You know, I was like, and then the guy smiled at me, and then he whispered, "Like no homo."
Guys,
no. So I bought something, yeah, and I was like, "Oh, thank you, sir," because I don't know his name. So I just said, "Thank you, sir," to be polite. And then he's like, he laughed at her, "Thank you." He's like, "By the way, I'm no sir." You know, and I was like, "Yo, that's a
Wait,
I'm dead.
I'm not sure.
no, like it was weird, but the
Bro,
way
he's hitting on you.
no, the guy's cool. I don't know
You do
It's like,
you,
oh,
boo-boo.
so that's why he tipped
No.
me double.
Bro.
what.
Carry on.
Why you,
Say what you need to say.
Why you-
Are you saying like you guys had a moment of banter there? He was like,
No,
"Oh,
no. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's like I was ordering whatever, and they had a little banter. I was like, bro, you kind of cool in it. It's like, yeah, you pretty G. And then after I just walked out.
It is dope. No, I like that
That's
feeling
cool.
talking to customers, and it's like it extends beyond the here's what you need, cool, bye. Like there's a bit of flavor in the conversation.
You
and all
just
that.
like it because it means you have to work less.
No.
No.
Talking.
He's different, bro. And I'm telling
No,
you,
I'm
yeah,
not saying an extensive convo, but like when the interaction is beyond a typical customer interaction, it's like it's pretty cool, man. Yeah.
and customers can be rude sometimes, dog. Like
Even their
customers,
faces, man.
like, dude, it's like
Trust.
Yeah, no.
they can be mad rude, and then it's like, man. So it's nice for someone to just come along, you know, say your name, or
Yeah.
someone say, hey, you're doing a good job, or I appreciate what you're doing, and someone's like, man, that's mad love. You know, and the thing is, some people know how it feels when you say it to them now. So then now when they go order something from someone,
Pay it forward.
that's exactly what you just say, hey, thank you.
You guys watch
amazing
that
job.
movie?
That's cool.
Yeah, it's
Was it called Pay It Forward?
Yeah.
Nah.
Oh,
High
you guys
school.
need to watch it.
Sounds like a BET movie.
It's definitely not a BT
Sounds like one
movie.
of those, like,
Tyler
low
Perry?
budget.
Definitely
No, it's
not
not-
that either.
no, yeah.
It's dope. It comes around this concept you just mentioned, but something I was thinking about actually. So recently we had the launch for our church's new youth and young adults ministry. So shout out to the new. So the new.ya and the new.youth on Instagram. So we had the launch recently. It was mad dope. Obviously a whole bunch of new young people and youth that I've never met before and all that stuff. And obviously, you know, being older or being in a leadership position, you have to go out of your way to talk, to maintain conversation, et cetera, et cetera. And like, even in like podcasting, in interviewing people and stuff like that, I don't know, like even just talking to people in just in life in general and all that. Yeah, I've always had this thing of, oh my gosh, you have to work so hard in terms of maintaining conversation or whatever. But it's like, just whatever, man.
I've never
just
found
talk.
it that hard.
No, sometimes like you know how you have
Sometimes you
to,
feel like,
yeah.
okay, what if they don't say anything?
You know what I mean? But like recently, I've just come to the thing of like, just talk, man. Like how bad? Like as
Talk
long
about
as
what?
you're not being rude,
The more natural you act, the more natural they
fam,
are.
just whatever. Like even new people that I remember I was talking to some youth as well on the launch night, and obviously in my head I'm like, damn, what? Like, okay, how the heck do you? Not that I'm older, but how do you connect to a youth, man? What do you talk about? And I was just like, just talk, man. Just literally talk about if they say something, expand on that, man. Talk about what they like, and like literally, I found out a whole life story.
Bro, as soon
Out of
as
nowhere.
as soon as you decide not to
crazy.
clown people as well for what their interests are, the conversation can flow. Because it's easy as well. Like sometimes I'll talk to some of the youth and it's like, or young people even outside of church setting or whatever, and it's like, I'm kind of like, bro, you really like Lil Pump, like that's in my
Yeah,
head.
that's
But it's
how-
like if I just tell the kid like, bro, stop listening to that. That's it. That's the
Yeah.
end of the conversation. You know what I mean? But if I'm just like, you know what, that's what you like. That's what you like,
It was dope, man.
and then I can show you what I like as well.
yeah, like legit, that's it, man. It's like I find it funny that not everyone can grasp that concept of
Yeah.
knowing how to just
It's because
explore.
for some people, like if the conversation isn't, let's just say, stimulating or entertaining, they're not gonna be interested, and it's gonna be like it's gonna fall. The conversation's gonna end pretty quickly.
Think stimulating conversation is very important to build relationship, but they have to start with small talk. Like it actually
Yeah.
does have to start with small talk, and that's one thing that you always hear that people go, oh, "I hate small talk. Small talk's so awkward, so awkward." And I'm like, it's actually not that bad. Like I don't mind it if someone
Yeah.
asks me, "Well, what do you think of the weather or something?"
Yeah.
Like I'll give
You
you.
gotta start. You gotta start somewhere.
Like, it's
That's
really not
kind
that
of funny.
bad.
I don't know.
It is funny.
Okay, so this is what it is. So at church, how we have that 1 minute. no.
Who dreads it?
No, I'm telling you. So at our church, so what happens is like, after they, do a little bit of worship, it's like, okay, you have 1 minute to talk to the person next to you and so on, so on. Yeah, see how's the day gone? Literally all I hear is, hello, my name is this. Next. Like, people don't actually spend like good quality time building something.
Bro, you got a minute.
Yeah, honestly.
Nah, like you can get a lot in
What
the
do you wanna
middle.
build,
No.
a marriage?
No, it's like literally all they
Maybe.
say, my name is this and that, and they just walk off.
Yeah.
But to go off with Miles' point, so when you first have a conversation with someone new, what you're trying to do is you're trying to find what you have in common with them. And that's how you have a good conversation, yeah? So that's why you ask questions. So let's say I come to you for the first time, yeah?
Yeah.
My name's Carlos, you know, da. And I say, so what do you like? Yeah? They're like, I like music. If I don't like music, I don't care. I'm not gonna ask you questions about music.
Yeah.
Okay, what else?
Girls.
I like, okay. So, I like sport. And if I like sport, watch us talk about sport the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? And that's how you have like a nice, pleasant conversation.
Sometimes you have to lie though. Sometimes you have to go. "Oh,
Nah,
you
nah,
like,
nah.
You
But-
like sports? Sure, I like sports too. What's your favorite? Mine too.
But,
One of
but,
them.
but you know what I'm saying? That's how when you walk away from a conversation, and I know you guys probably experienced this, yeah? When you talk to someone for the first time and you guys have something in common, when you walk away, you said, damn, that's a good conversation.
Yo, this just reminded me of something actually. Okay, carry on.
Yeah, so you walk
Happened today.
Yeah. So you walk away, it's like, that was a really good conversation. Why? Because you guys have something in common. You guys spoke about your favorite artist. You guys spoke about this and that, yeah?
Yeah.
But if you speak to someone for the first time and you guys had nothing in common, you're going to walk away, it's like, that wasn't that great. You feel what I'm saying? So what it is, you trying to find something in common. Daniel, I want to hear this funny story of yours, though.
It just gets funnier because now I can remember the guys' faces. Bro, so today, I'll go outside.
Well, if it's not funny, you get kicked out.
Honestly, he's hyping it up.
Nah, trust. If it's not
funny to you.
if it's not funny to us, you get kicked out, dog.
This relates to Dave Chappelle's joke.
Which one? Oh, I love them. I love his jokes, bro.
Okay. So I went outside work today, I had to go do something, whatever. And there was someone just standing around like there. I had to go and work, right? He wasn't even shopping necessarily. I think he was shopping originally. He was shopping originally, and then he went outside because he had to deal with something.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, how you going? He's like, yeah man, no, I'm just trying to get rid of an ex. I was like, sorry. Wait. So I went, it went over my head. I'm like, wait, what'd you say, getting rid of an ex? Bro, we spent 10-15 minutes talking about this ex, and just like, he's telling me all this different stuff about, how he's trying to get over her, how he's blocked her before. I'm like, oh, maybe just block her, move on, move past. He's like, no, I've tried that. She just showed up at my house. Bro, I was like, I was talking to this guy. And in my head, afterwards is when I was like, how did that happen? Like we literally, I've never met this man before.
He's desperate. He needs help.
I was like,
Honestly.
that's when I realized, like, I want to be able to just do this, like with anyone, man. Like, I don't know if I'm the one that's gonna be doing opening up, but I want to.
I'll help you.
Be able to just go up to, and like, even on a serious note, even like in the shops or whatever. Like, I remember you in Sydney when you saw someone that was obviously struggling and crying, and that you actually went up to them and you spoke to them. So it's like, I want to be able to do that, in public, and just not walk past and just act like, oh no, they'll be all right, they're growing, or someone else will see them. Maybe it's not that deep, it's not my place, etc., etc. But man, after that today, I was just like, what the heck? Well, it was a good conversation, I guess. But
there's people out there who are just waiting for that one person to come up to them and be like, hey, how's your day going? And then like, it happens, like people will just cry when someone asks them, hey, how are you? How's your day going? Like they will just bawl in tears because they're like, I just needed someone to talk to me, or someone to just ask me what's up so I can let you know, and it's not about like having to have deep conversations. I don't mind having like, the small talk at the beginning, because it's like that can always lead. You never know where it's going to lead to. It can lead to something, anything. Even if it doesn't, you had the conversation. Oh, well, it is what it is. You move on. Next thing.
No small talk. Trying to get down to business. Do you believe in love? You know what I'm saying?
Sorry.
hey. So what?
Helping a blind person across the street. So, do you believe in love? What?
You can't do that.
Hey, so what Dave Chappelle joke are you referring to?
About how some certain people are always too open in conversation. You know that one?
I know what you're talking about.
That's crazy. I was thinking here the whole time. I was trying to figure it out.
Oh man, but yeah, what's on the table, man? What y'all been seeing? What's going on?
I've been trying to watch some movies.
Yeah,
there's some movies I've been trying to watch, man.
I did watch something recently that was pretty good.
I finished Sex Education last night.
Is that actually good? Like, apparently it's good, but I don't get it, man.
First season was really good, like really, really good. Second season was just stupid. Dumb, man. Like,
and you watched the whole thing?
Yeah. When you it's 8 episodes, and you're like, I'm 4 in.
Wow.
Yeah.
Took you 4 episodes to realize, damn, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Oh man.
You watched the Adam Sandler one?
Yeah, that was a good movie, but we'll talk about that after.
Bro,
yeah.
I'm gonna watch that tonight.
Oh, you didn't watch it yet?
Sorry.
You didn't watch it yet?
No.
So we can't talk about it?
We can't talk. Let's talk about it. It's been out enough.
I haven't watched it either, so.
What are you talking
Just-
about?
I don't know if you. I feel like only certain people will like those kind of movies.
It's me. I'm that.
It's
my dream
certain
job.
people? What, to be a jeweler?
Yeah.
This is a very nice movie, actually, man. Yeah.
It broke my heart.
Yeah.
What? Shut up.
Don't ruin it for him.
It was mad though, yeah? Carlos,
It's
Bro,
so crazy.
and like I told you, I was sitting, my TV's in front of me. I went to sit at the table. I was watching. I was like, what's going to happen?
No cap, at one point my heart was actually pounding a bit.
Because I was just sitting on the couch, innit? And I was like, man.
Was Kevin Garnett good in it?
Yeah, he was actually really good in it, actually. Now, think about it.
Weeknd good?
You said The Weeknd?
You didn't see The Weeknd?
Oh, he was there for like...
Did you watch the movie?
But bro,
the movie watched him, fell asleep.
Guys,
Damn, sorry.
The Weeknd was for 2 minutes and he got knocked out.
Hey, don't be out here saying everything. It was pretty nice. It was a pretty nice movie. Damn, we can't be
That doesn't give you anything.
Oh yeah, what movies you been watching, man?
Nah, I haven't seen anything. I've been trying to watch movies. I'm trying to watch like The Parasite.
What's out right now?
On Netflix? Or
In
cinemas?
general.
Fam, no.
Nothing.
The one that we watched.
Oh, what Just Mercy? That was good.
Oh, yeah.
Carlos, you haven't
We
told
watched that
somebody
as well. That was pretty. That was really
I
nice.
think I might read the book instead. Apparently it's better.
What'd you think of it, man?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
How was Sting? Michael B. Jordan on that.
He was good.
Good. Very,
Yeah.
very
Good.
good.
And
Yeah.
Jamie? Did
I'm
he kill
glad
it?
he didn't yell at all.
Because you can't take him serious?
Bro, once he yells.
That's so rude, bro.
Bro, you know what I
Let the
noticed?
man
Those,
be.
there's only certain characters that can yell.
Yeah. Like, no one took him serious as Killmonger in Black Panther.
What?
No, when he tried to be
Oh,
angry.
when he yelled, yeah.
Do you know what's the best when it comes to yelling,
He was
bro?
good as Killmonger.
Denzel Washington, bro.
Denzel.
When he yells, oh my goodness, bro, how you do it, bro?
Idris as well. Idris is pretty good.
What?
Yes.
He yells?
Like
That's
it's nice.
crazy.
It's just like
I
whoa.
relax, don't need to.
Yeah,
Like,
hey.
Whoa.
I'm just.
Cuz,
it just.
what kind of yelling you talking about?
he's
It's
amazing.
nice.
I don't know. He's just amazing. I'm smiling from ear to ear because he's just. Idris, I love you. I really do.
And Danny, how you feel about that, man?
That's calm, bro. Man's like, you know what I'm saying?
But yeah, man,
You know what's crazy?
no, it was crazy.
He's like in his mid 40s, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's just beautiful.
You love a mid 40-year-old man.
He's.
doesn't
I'm
that-
20. We're not that far apart.
Just say he got money, damn it.
Wait, what? No.
Yeah, no, just say
He's
he
a
got
beautiful
money.
human.
Nah,
He's
just-
married anyway, so we respect that. Okay.
I was
To
actually.
who? The married, the bed.
Don't know, don't know,
got
yeah.
the first already.
Say
We
the
just know
baby.
Idris.
The bed, the marriage bed is undefiled. You guys are sad, bro.
So I was watching something on YouTube today, and it said finance versus love.
You were watching this on YouTube.
So
It
what is
just
that?
popped up.
Why am I not surprised that that popped up for you?
On his recommended, that's all it is.
Because I watched Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey.
Oh, God.
You know me. I follow Steve Harvey.
So
That's my
what's
G.
this? What is it?
No, it was just like, so you had guys. It was a debate. You had guys on the left, and then the females on the right, and they were debating
Finance versus love.
versus love.
What's
Yeah.
the debate?
The debate is like,
What's more important?
yeah, like what's more important? And believe it or not, yeah,
interesting.
it's so weird that, bro, this Hollywood people move different, bro. So it was like, yo, money is everything. You know what I mean? It's like you should go for a guy that low key, can take care
Has
of you
some,
and that.
yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, damn. So people should be like going for someone because of money.
I mean, okay. If you like the person enough to spend a life with them and then they
No.
have money to take care of you,
That's
right? And there's security there and stuff. It's not a horrible reason.
so you say you like them. So it's like,
as in you love them. You love them.
I mean, of course, if you love them, then they got money. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you say?
Yeah.
Like as in, but you're not like nobody. I don't know, man.
Because
If you're
making
in it just for the finance, you're gonna get to a point where you're just tolerating the person.
Honestly,
If
and
there's
then
no, like,
it's like
proper
you might
love.
as well be like 20 and marry a
Oh,
85-year-old, and then they
With
die
money.
within like 2
Yeah.
years.
Okay, what about this? Yeah, you're not that crazy about them, but they got money. But you like them, but you're not that crazy.
Nah, then you can't tolerate it
They can't.
because you're gonna feel like money is like being.
But that's the thing. Maybe you're saying it from your perspective, though. As a male's perspective, it's like, because remember before when we
Yeah.
look at the stats, it's like, bruv, we actually don't care if you're making money or not. You dig what I'm saying? But then from a female's perspective, it's like, yo, like that matters.
Yeah.
You know, because one of my friends is trying to get married, and what do you call it? But obviously, in terms of financial stuff, it's not right or whatever. You dig what I'm saying? And then after that, his girl's parents was like to him.
That's the excuse every guy uses. I gotta get more money out.
His girl's parents is
Honestly.
like, yo, if you try to move forward, you gotta have your
Your
financial
dowry
stuff.
ready. What?
Not dowry. He's not black, but he's like,
You said it like only black people or only Africans.
but he was like, Australian, white. You know what I mean? The parents was like to him, you get your financial stuff right before you can take care of my daughter. And
Yeah,
now,
that's fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. For us, it's like we don't care if you're financial right or not. It's like I
Because
bet.
it's your expectation that you're into it.
Yeah. And then, but I don't know, from a female's perspective, it's like, yeah, no, look, if I'm gonna move out of the house with you, if you're not financial right, then why am I moving out with you though?
It's also the thing of like, let's say if you're talking about the rich people of Hollywood and that, there's a certain amount of money that you get to where every amount after that almost really is nothing. You know what I mean? So let's say they're in a relationship or situation where money's good like that, yeah? Like after you've basically gotten almost everything you want and then some,
Yeah.
you can't tolerate the person after that because you've got all the stuff that was
Yeah.
making you be like, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool. Once
Yeah.
you got that stuff though,
You can't build a relationship off stuff.
You can't.
You know what I mean? Like at
You need
some point, it's like I
substance.
need substance. I need good treatment. I need good love. I need all that kind of stuff. And it's like
Yeah.
money isn't gonna buy that stuff.
Nah, yeah, money will buy. That's what you saying, bro.
What?
You'll buy stuff that could help you be happier,
It's just gonna take your mind off things
Yeah.
for now while you're playing with it. It's just a new toy, right? Within 2 weeks, you're like, this car's 2 weeks old, and
See, no,
you still don't love me.
Fam, I bought this phone and that. Like, when was it? September last year. Mad happy. I just saw that Samsung's trying to launch another something sometime this month. I think it's in 4 days. And I was like, damn, bro, like, what the heck?
Don't like your phone.
I was like, yeah. I started looking like, I'm like,
trying to get it.
yeah.
Ugly.
And I had to just kind of snap out of that like instantly. But it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
imagine someone who's got enough to just get anything they want. You get tired, bro.
I
Do you
think,
realize like you've got to love what you have so much? Then, like when it comes to human,
like
people.
elaborate.
Yeah.
In,
like isn't because you can't treat your wife like that phone because she's gonna get older, or your husband's gonna get
Wait,
older.
start again. What
But
you
you've
say?
got to still be like, I choose.
In
This
terms
one
of,
over
Yeah.
there's
everything.
rice at home. Your eyes can't be
Yeah.
out here, you know what I mean?
looking at other
Shopping
things,
and that. It's
saying,
like,
I want that.
you really gotta love someone,
Yeah,
bro.
that's how certain you have to be about marrying them that you're like, no, this is who I want all the time, forever.
I remember like I saw a post on Instagram and I showed my friend. My friend was next to me. It was saying like you have to be with someone that is so attractive that you don't find no one else attractive. Yeah.
That's not.
And then,
That's not
and then-
realistic.
And then I showed him.
She just drew over Idris Elba.
And my homie's in a relationship, yeah. I showed him and he laughed. Was like, man, that's definitely not true.
It's not. It's not realistic
And I
to
was
say
like-
that you're not gonna find anyone else attractive when you're in a
think-
Yeah,
relationship.
so unrealistic.
Although I think you should be in a relationship with somebody that makes you decide I don't want to ever pursue anyone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I think that's the motto. I'm trying to get it on the shirt. There's rice at home, man. That's the
at
move,
home.
bro, you know? It's like,
What about that?
TP merch?
Okay,
Oh,
what about this
there's rice at
concept?
home.
Yeah, whoever you're with, yeah, that's the best you can get.
oh,
No,
that's
like-
mad. Oh, hey, I can't have this cover. Hey, man's out there.
Wait,
No.
why did he
Wait,
leave?
wait, wait. What do you mean that's the best you can?
Like you can't do better than this person. Because if you could, you would be with that better person. So it's like, say if I see you with this girl, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
In my mind, it's like, yo, that's the best no can get.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm saying, what do you think of that concept that if you see someone with someone, that is the best that they can get?
It's kind of tough.
It is
Yeah.
because it's almost like
Because what if there's someone better, but that person was dating someone at the same time, and
Yeah.
then they were single after, but this guy's already dating
That's
this
what
girl
we're
now.
saying, bro.
Well, it's like you haven't met
So-
the person who's better than your partner just yet.
Yeah.
Until after you get with your partner, and it's like
So-
I can't break up with my partner
Daniel's
now.
scared right now.
because thinking about it
Tread
is
lightly,
like
mate. Tread lightly.
because.
Huh?
I mean, if you are with someone and then if you do think you can do better than your partner, then bro,
Dude getting stressed.
you will do better than your partner. You dig what I'm saying? You will get someone, let's say, more attractive or someone that's more intelligent or whatever
Yeah,
it is.
define better. Like what? Better for
Yeah, what is
better,
better?
better for you as a person. You know what I mean?
True, because I think
Better for you.
that's the only one that matters.
Yeah.
Is which one pushes you to go become better? Which one do you push to be better?
Yeah.
Which one like inspires you in the things of God? Which one like helps you to be more creative, and you help be more creative, and all this kind of stuff? Like I think that's more important than that's a better looking girl or a better earning girl or a guy or.
I
whatever
mean,
it
those
might
stuff
be.
definitely do play a role in the foundation. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's like attraction is what starts the whole thing at first. You know what I mean? Because someone might have everything, but then if you're not attracted to them, then you're not going anywhere with them. So in your eyes,
you ever
it's-
met someone that's like you don't find them that attractive, but once you get to know them, you're like
I have.
you're actually an amazing person that it's made you actually physically look more attractive to me.
I have to an extent, but it wasn't like, oh, I want to be with you. It's like, yo, like I don't find it attractive.
I don't want to be with you, but there's someone out there for you.
No,
You deserve the best.
One of them ones.
Like for real though, it's like, yo, you got everything, but in my eyes, you're not attractive. If that makes sense. So it's
Okay,
like
how
it's not
about this?
enough
Think
for
about this
you.
then, because attractivity is deeper than obviously what you
Attractiveness.
see, right? So when you're saying you're in a relationship with someone or even married, right? Can you really be attracted to someone else? You know, when you're in a committed, loving relationship.
Are we talking about like physical or
I
going
th- yeah, I don't
I'm
know
talking
what
about
that.
attractivity because in terms
Yeah, I
of
reckon
like,
low key.
Attractiveness.
shut your ass clap. Man.
Yeah, carry on.
You guys
Because-
just cussing all over the podcast today. In multiple languages.
What's happening today?
All right, listen,
yeah,
listen.
yeah.
Man, I got dookie. Bro, listen to this. When you're in a relationship with someone, you're attracted to them.
Yes.
As in you see what they... Actually, this actually even goes back to something I was listening to Stephen Furtick preached on recently, Flip the Bag. And he was breaking it down like about you have to analyze what you have in terms of like what you've been given, what's in front of you, the opportunities you have. He was talking about his wife. He's like, my wife is more than my wife. She's my, the person I can lean on.
Confidant,
Like all of that goes down the list, whatever. You can imagine what he says, right? And it's like that when you look at someone that you're attracted to, there's so much more than, the partner and their attractiveness to you. They're someone who you see helping you push to achieve your dreams in the future. When you see yourself successful, you see them standing right next to you with their success as well. You see a family, et cetera, et cetera. It's like I feel like that's when you're attracted to someone that you're in a relationship with, right? So how deep is that level of attractiveness that you can have to someone that you don't even have that connection with just yet? If all you have is face value and a couple conversations.
Yeah, it's just gonna be either lust or like a fantasy, and that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's
I don't think you can actually have that deep
that's what I want to.
unless you've
like
been
the first girl probably
forming
not.
a connection over time, but that's because of time and you're cheating. So
And you're cheating.
no, like as in emotionally.
Yeah.
Don't be idiot. Yeah.
Don't be stupid.
There's rice at home.
Like obviously, like I think the first girl is not. You can't exceed that love that you have at home or that attractiveness that you have at home. Yeah.
I can't refer.
But if you spend more time with that, then it might get to a point where it will exceed that. You know what I'm saying? But obviously, it's like the vibe is there. It's like, yo, this person is actually mad. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's like someone usually approaches someone at first when they find them attractive, though.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? You're not gonna approach someone that
Physical.
you're not gonna go to someone and say. Like
That's what I'm saying. That's the superficial base layer of it.
No, sometimes is the superficial. Sometimes like the physical, but sometimes it's also how they're moving around as well. Nah, real talk though, yeah.
Throw it back. I'm thinking of it. Throw it back.
This guy, bro.
I'm gonna plug in the TikTok right here.
Give me my earthquake.
Man,
But sometimes it's like the way that they move. It's like, okay, cool. We're in this space, this person is smiling a lot. This person is interacting with everybody.
Yeah.
This person seems so polite. This person's work ethic is this and that. It's like, yo, that's like attractive, bad. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's not just them standing there smiling. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna approach that because she's pretty or he's pretty.
I think when you start, if you're in a relationship and you start to like analyze someone, the way they move and the things that they do, that becomes dangerous because now it's like, okay,
I'm thinking about
them
deeper.
And it's not just like, oh yeah, I'm just looking at their appearance and how they spoke to me that one time. It's like, okay, now I'm analyzing the little things that
I think
they
that's
do.
a good sign you shouldn't be in a
that's-
relationship with that person
shouldn't.
that you are with right now.
You reckon?
Like unless you're married,
Hey, what do you mean?
in which case too late. No, legit. Like if you are in a relationship and you're
Oh, in a relationship.
and you,
Yeah.
as in dating and
Okay,
you
yeah.
start like going, wow, I really like the way this guy or girl or whatever, like
Oh, definitely.
guy or girl, whatever, like there's multiple options. This guy or this girl, like I like the way that they do this or that, and like you're thinking about it and stuff. That's a good sign that you should not be in a relationship with who you're in a relationship
It's almost
with.
like you're looking now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're sussing. When you get opportunity to look, you're gonna look. Okay, what's better?
Yeah, you didn't just read, the name of the dish on the menu. You started looking at the ingredients in that. That's
Wow.
mad, bro.
Right.
I mean,
Enough, yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I think he thought he killed
Wow.
yeah, y'all don't know the thing about. Oh, you can look at the menu, you just don't order anything.
Oh wow. Just
Oh wait, hold on. That's not what I'm professing.
it. Don't even look at the menu, bro.
Yeah.
Like just turn around and be like,
Yeah.
I have to know what I don't want to order.
hello.
No, I'm not.
Wait.
I think you're on your own with that one.
But what you doing, man?
Alright, man.
Nah, no comment. But nah, that's interesting.
Y'all had something that was
Speaking
very
of Gayle King.
interesting. Yeah. Okay.
Damn, you just gonna cut him off?
Yeah, that's.
wait,
I was actually gonna say
oh,
you
yeah.
guys talk about what it is you wanted to.
Well, you guys know about everything that's happening with the whole Gayle King thing,
Nah,
though.
Nah, you break it down for us
Okay,
and the
so
audience.
I should find the audio of it.
Audio. Oh man, is
Yeah.
it that spicy, bro?
Yeah. Wait, did you not find the clip at all? You guys talk amongst yourself. Oh,
Find what clip? You never told me to search it.
Damn. Like, as in you haven't seen it at all?
Nah.
The
Alright,
interview, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see this.
Say that when I start.
I was gonna click on it, but I just left it.
Let me see the thumbnail if I've seen it.
Nah, it's the two ladies sitting
This
down in the
connected?
interview.
The basketball.
Sure.
Play?
Oh, to the very
in the WNBA. It's been said that his legacy is
Oh,
complicated
wait. Was that Gayle
because
King?
of the sexual assault charge, which was
Put it down.
Your mouth.
Oh, sorry.
We're trying to listen.
Oops. Oh, so that's the interview that she had. Is that the one you sent?
Put the volume
Bro,
up.
2000.
how about you tell me what to do?
You are choking so hard today. Just shush, yeah.
Because of sexual assault charge, which was dismissed in 2003, 2004. Is it complicated for you as a woman, as a WNBA player? It's not complicated.
All right. Basically, Lisa Leslie,
I was
who's
triggered by that.
WNBA legend, ends up saying like, no, it's not complicated. I know the guy, whatever, right? And then
I have other NBA.
this
something to
is the response.
It's just a fair question to talk, but I just don't believe that. And I'm not saying things didn't happen. I just don't believe that things didn't happen with force. Is it even a fair question to talk about it, considering he's no longer with us and that it was resolved? Or is it really part of his...
Basically, I think I might have missed the part, but Gayle ends up like going after the initial question. She goes, because Lisa Leslie goes, I never saw that.
Kind of
That I can't see that side of Kobe.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. And then she goes, well, obviously you wouldn't have seen that side of Kobe. It's like, what is this line of questioning?
Yeah. Where are you trying to?
Where
is it a
is
question
this trying
or
to go?
do you want? Yeah,
right,
yeah,
because the initial question to me, I was like, because she's received death threats and everything
she
after
has.
this, which is a bit
Who,
excessive.
Leslie or Gayle?
Gayle King.
Gayle.
No, everyone's like Lisa Leslie answered well.
Wait, so Gayle or whatever, is he the one that's interviewing?
Yeah. So she has a show on Oprah Winfrey's network. She's like Oprah's best friend for years and years and years.
Okay, yeah. So she's asking Lisa questions.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So she's interviewing her. She's the same one that did the R. Kelly interview.
Oh, is that her?
Y'all killing me.
Yeah, carry on.
Yeah. But
Wrong one.
Thank you for that, Daniel.
yeah, so basically, like, to me, I'm like, the initial question of, do we have to talk about this when it comes to his legacy? I can see it as a journalist, like, you have to ask some question stuff. But then the pushback on, like, trying to be like, yeah, well, he is, right? Or we don't know, right? It's like, but he's been acquitted, right? Years ago. And it's like, he was remorseful and everything. It's like as in, for the fact that this lawsuit even happened, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, man. Why
Do you
would
know
you
what-
do
yeah.
this so...
Do you know what exposes the agenda in that questioning?
the
Asking the question, did you ever see this side or blah,
Yeah.
blah. Saying the person responding no.
and
And then going,
demanding...
oh, you wouldn't have seen it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That exposes exactly what you wanted them to say in the very beginning of that. I remember I watched that. I didn't realize that was Gayle King. I watched that snippet. I think you sent it in anyway.
Yeah.
And I was triggered because I was like, what's going to be achieved now or after,
Yeah.
I don't say after the case has been dropped because regardless, it was dropped or something. It's been acquitted. Was it lack of evidence? I don't
He was
know
found
that.
not guilty.
No, okay,
Yeah.
found not guilty. There you go. All right. But like, for me, I was just watching it. Not because, obviously, there's a slight angle of like, maybe I'm looking at it from a biased point of view because I do love Kobe. I did respect his legacy and all that. But at the same time, I looked at it like, right now, you're actually going to achieve nothing.
Absolutely
Like,
not.
absolutely nothing. Like, okay, for one, I know people have said it before. It was like, okay, there's been 17 years almost to talk about this afterwards. People probably have, but the fact that it's constantly being spoken about now. But regardless, okay, sure, people had time, they didn't take it. Now, sure, you want to use this as an opportunity too, but what can you actually achieve?
Yeah.
What do you
Talking
offer from this? You know what I mean? Like the
Nothing
only,
to no side.
Yeah.
No
People-
party
people
gets
just wanna
anything.
The
talk,
only
bro.
thing is that it's going to get you ratings.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Right? That's the only option. Right? Like, because, whatever Lisa Leslie's answer was going to be it's going to go viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like, it's a really smart question for someone that doesn't actually care about,
Yeah.
the fact that a real family's going through stuff
Yeah,
and all
man,
that kind
Honestly,
of
it's so insensitive. Like,
Yeah.
his death happened not long ago, less than a month ago, or
stuff.
a few
I don't
weeks
even
ago.
think it's been 3 weeks or
Yeah,
something.
and it's like you're
2 weeks
already
ago.
going and diminishing this man's legacy and saying all of these things when
Yeah.
it clearly happened years ago and people were over it.
It
I
didn't
didn't hear
even
about it.
happen.
I didn't even hear about
That's
it
the whole
until
thing.
it just
Like,
recently came up.
nothing happened.
Yeah, so it's like like you guys are saying, what's the point in you bringing it up again and trying to, rehash, all of the problems? It's just like, just let it go. Like, his family's suffering enough,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and he's not
facts.
even here to defend himself. That's the worst part about it. It's like, he can't come and be like, no, like, he's dead. Let him rest in peace.
Do we see? Because now, why are we so okay with all the Michael Jackson documentaries?
I'm not okay with it.
that.
I'm not okay
Oh,
with
you
that.
guys aren't? Okay,
Nah.
cool.
Oh, you okay with
You don't
No,
want to
I'm
support
not.
that?
Yeah, I don't understand.
Because he's also been
these
found not
things.
guilty of
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
I just want to
Do you think
understand.
they would have done it regardless?
What?
The documentary, do you think they would have done it anyways?
I mean, if there's money to be made, someone wants to make it.
I think example with
Like that.
Oprah Winfrey and Russell Simmons.
Mm.
Oprah wants to do a documentary on
dropped-
him.
she dropped out
She
of it.
dropped it, but
Yeah.
she was going to, and he's clearly there. Like,
Oh, okay, I see what
you
you're
know,
saying.
so I'm saying that
Yeah.
regardless, do you think that it still would have happened anyways?
Yeah.
People are like, I don't understand that whole thing with Oprah having picked up originally that Russell Simmons thingo and then dropping it and stuff. And it's like, but it's very sus because she's refused to talk about Harvey Weinstein, who she
Yeah.
was like close with and worked on
Yeah.
movies
Yeah,
with
yeah.
and stuff. And it's like, it's pretty confusing. Like, I don't know. Like,
Yes.
I think she dropped it because of like the
With the
hate and the
comments?
backlash that
My
she was
thing
getting.
is-
She
for
said she
it,
didn't.
Which was
But I reckon she did.
Yeah.
Because she made comments like, nah, it
Come
was
on,
a
man.
more of a personal thing.
Nah, I doubt that.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
care what you got to say.
I don't even know where
doubt
y'all
it.
be finding all of these things. But my thing with all of these, honestly, my thing with all these exposés and stuff, it really achieves nothing, man.
no, if they're alive, it's fine. Like, if R. Kelly goes
R.
to
Kelly.
jail
Take
now,
it to court, man. Don't make a whole documentary. No one cares that much. Talk about it on the news. Like, why try to make money? Like you just said, if there's money to be made, someone's gonna make it. But why the heck do people? Why are we so invested in these dumbass things
don't
like
know.
this? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
but
if it's a civil or
'cause-
criminal issue, take it to court and
because
sort
we're
it there.
invested
You know,
in celebrities regardless.
that's why it's so dumb. That's
So
you know what I
example,
mean.
you are.
The child of
You
urges.
are. You're
I don't
invested in
know.
celebrities.
Yeah.
Bro, you was the child of O.J. Simpson, yeah?
No, I ain't seen that yet.
Boy, you
That was
capping.
good.
I promise
That
you.
was
That was really
Yeah.
good. But that's another way it's like, okay.
That's what I was thinking of as I was saying all this.
That's
stuff.
another one where he's been found not guilty.
Yeah. And there's still like
But
few documentaries where it's like,
don't
it's about
believe
the
so.
person and they're still alive and
But
so
no
on.
one-
We're just
one
invested
was
in
that
that.
mad about it as well.
And what about the NFL players as well? There's,
What about them?
There's a lot of them where they made a documentary on them about all this stuff as well.
Aaron
you know?
Hernandez.
Yeah,
didn't watch
so,
that one.
so they said it was
Pretty
like
good.
murder
You guys watch it?
charges, rape
I've-
charges. Oh, no, I
I'm
haven't
almost
seen it.
done. Yeah, it's
I haven't seen it.
interesting.
Yeah.
There was
Pretty
another one. I
interesting.
forgot what's the other one. But there's just so many of these.
Yeah.
You know, but you're right. People are always
I
wanting to
think
tune in.
we're obsessed with the idea of either like these superstars being
Brought down in humble day.
either brought down, humbled, or very human like us, or
But why is that
like, as
the
in, like,
human side that we want to see? Such a massive downfall that they're taking fat L.
no, it's not necessarily like a negative. It's a weird example, but it's like, for example, the Kevin Hart documentary on Netflix. It's like we just liked it because we were like, oh, this guy's a real normal dude.
That was cool to see. That we saw his day to day.
Although it was very fake.
100%. I mean, yeah,
Like-
I did. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Like,
But like, it wasn't. It was.
He
You left
get
with the
motivation, though.
same message of okay, this is a human, but
Yeah.
it did it
Yeah.
in such a different way.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's wild to me, man. I don't know.
I think
man.
we should just let the man rest in peace. Let
Nah.
his family grieve
still crazy
in
to me,
peace
all
as
that.
well.
I
Still
think
doesn't feel
people
real.
wanna.
Just-
I think people also wanna bring that person's past into light, if that makes sense. So now everyone thinks, okay, so I don't know, we just use whoever, yeah. Everyone might think that this person is an amazing person, good person, or whatever. But then it's like, nah, this is actually this is who he is. You know, and that's why people are so tuned. Is like, okay, I thought that this was my role model. Now let me see what this guy did, and is he guilty or not? Whatever, you know what I mean. And I think that's why we kind of tune into these documentaries, want to see what's up. You know what I mean?
I
Because
don't know.
Yeah,
'Cause again-
she must have had an agenda, but like what it is, I have no idea. It's just-
I don't know if she had an agenda other than just to get views.
I don't know about her, but I'm just talking about the other stuff in general.
I think it is too far though when people start
Yeah,
like
nah.
sending death threats and all
To
that
her,
stuff.
yeah.
Man,
it's
people
like-
quick
Bro,
with death
like-
threats these days, man.
they are.
Like bro,
Like,
Snoop
what?
Dogg was
Oh, is that what that was about?
oh yeah,
I
so
saw a meme
dumb.
today.
Like
What does Snoop Dogg do?
it's like
He's-
you know
he put the selfie camera on.
better
didn't he?
like bounce back before we get people to come get you or something. Like it's like bro, that's a 60-something-year-old woman.
Bro, you know damn well Snoop Dogg ain't
You're
gonna do
a
none.
50-year-old man. Like
yeah.
Nah, Snoop Dogg ain't
Like-
doing none, bro.
It's time to evolve.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you
Alright.
might have something about Terry
Did I?
Crews. Or did you
Oh,
forget?
that's his last name, Terry Crews.
As if we didn't say it 50 times before the
Before
show.
No, you
recording
didn't.
it.
I kept
What?
saying Terry. No one wanted to say his last
Wait,
name.
what? This guy
You guys
said
were
Cruz.
acting
This
like
guy
as
said
if I
Cruz.
didn't say anything.
Trust.
We all definitely said
Also,
Cruz.
I don't know anything really about this whole thing. But
What? You?
You're
What do
the
you
one.
mean?
Like, I don't know the actual situation. I just know that one discussion that we're having around.
That was the actual thing.
All right, go.
So I think the backstory is so he worked on, was it America's Got Talent? America's Got
That's not Australia.
Talent.
Did you see
No,
that?
I knew it was
That's crazy, man.
America's Got Talent, and Gabriella Union was on there as well, but she recently got fired, and then she went to Twitter to say that the place was just like racist and all of these things. And then Terry had an interview where he was like, you know what, I've never ever received discrimination. Like that's probably like the best place to work at. They're very fair. And then
Most diverse, yeah.
yeah, like it's very diverse and stuff. And so obviously Gabriella was like, oh, like, you should have just not said anything at all, because she felt like he wasn't backing her up or like totally going against what she was saying, making her points like invalid and all of that.
Yeah.
Right? Are you following?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Following?
yeah.
Anyways,
I get what you're saying.
and then he replied back and he was like, the only person,
Oh, I was gonna say, how the heck does this link
Carlos,
into that other
what was it?
statement?
The only person.
That I have to please is my wife.
Is my
not
wife.
my children, not my mother.
What's that got to do with all the?
So the
Gabrielle stuff?
question is,
Wait,
so
but
the
what's that got to do
backstory, we're
with
just
that?
saying the backstory in case you just didn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
where,
no, I'm
where it
saying, but
sparked
what
from.
is Terry's point of the only person I'm trying to please? What's that got to do with?
So he's saying like,
Like he's like, I don't need to please
I don't,
Gabrielle
yeah,
Union.
yeah.
That's
Because
what
she
Oh, so
wasn't
what about the
pleased.
kids thing then?
She
What
wasn't
was that?
pleased with what. So that's what we're saying. We're bouncing off what had happened, right? So the question I'm asking to you guys is: so his thing was like, he put his wife above his mom, above his children, above his sisters, above everyone.
That's
you
fair
know.
enough.
What do you guys think of that?
I mean, he's not saying he puts them above them.
No, he is.
No, yeah, he
know.
prioritizes his wife
As
over
you
his
should.
kids and
As you
everyone.
should.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Your wife should be the
necessarily.
priority, but that
Once
doesn't
you're
mean you
married.
don't want to please anyone else, and it's not your job to. It is
Yeah.
your job to.
Remember Charlamagne the God? I don't know if you guys saw the interview when he was talking about it. Did you see it?
No.
He was talking about, they read the same article, and then Charlamagne the God lost it. It was like,
Yeah.
man, you telling me that you want to please your damn wife? You don't want to please your kids?
Yeah, he was saying that his
and all
kids
that
are-
stuff. And it's like, nah, man, like you gotta please the kids, you gotta please that.
I agree with that. Like that's your job. You're
both.
You're their father.
Yeah.
You please.
You
all
can
of
do
them.
both.
Obviously, you prioritize your wife because if your wife isn't in a good place,
kids-
your kids can't be in a good
And
place.
the kids ain't there without your wife being in the picture in the first place. as
Exactly.
well. Y'all were there together before these children
Yeah,
popped up out of nowhere, innit?
but like it's your job to please them as well. I don't know what that whole "it's only my wife that I'm gonna please" thing is. Like, what, bro? Your muscles are getting to your head.
Muscle.
But
that yogurt.
I've kind of seen both sides, you know what I mean? So example, I've seen a lot of people.
How can you have yeah, carry on.
So
Sorry.
I've seen families kind of, they've grown up, or like some of my friends kind of grew up in a household where their parents didn't please them, but they grew up in a household where it's like love, if that makes sense. So it's like, yeah, I'm gonna, make sure that you have the best future, whatever. But in terms of like pleasing, they didn't really have the time or the luxury and all that stuff to kind of do the pleasing aspect. If that
I mean,
kind of makes sense.
we'd obviously spoken about this in another group
the-
chat before, but like, I mean, obviously, what we came down to is like, how can someone's inexperience of your love not be pleasing? Like,
Yeah.
you showing love to someone, the end result of that is going to be some form of pleasure, is it not?
It has.
It has to be like
Because
if it comes
so
from a
imagine
elaborate.
you love
Please-
someone and
pleasing-
at the end of it they're like, that was not a nice feeling. Like that's not possible.
It doesn't make
Yeah.
that doesn't work out. Like that, those can't coexist. Not having pleasure. I don't know how I'm
No, I
it's like,
think love-
like being loved and then it not being pleasurable. That doesn't
pleasant.
Yes, thank you, man.
Okay, what about people kind of had that harsh type of love? So where's the pleasing in that? What's the outcome? You're saying the outcome is pleasing. So where's the outcome in that?
Well, okay. What
I think,
the
a lot-
tough
a
love
lot
lead
a
to?
lot of the time when people say tough love, I think
It's not that deep.
it's well.
No,
I think
no,
a lot
like,
of the time
let's say-
it's just an excuse to be an ass.
No, but like let's say, because I do know people kind of grew up in a household where it is actually like tough love.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. But then it's like, oh,
How is it called tough love, bruv? Love, like, okay, look.
like tough love in terms of, okay, maybe the household, and this happens, in the African household and that way it's like it's not very affectionate, number one. And some people don't really kind of go out there and do like the whole getaway, family stuff, and so on.
Yeah.
And let's just say that, and the parents is quite strict on them as well. Where it's like, yo, school this and then, if they misbehave, they're gonna get punished and so on. At that moment, it's kind of like tough love. It's like, I don't want you to kind of go through this, At the end of the day, that's how they deal with it.
I think you don't actually love if you, like as a parent, you don't actually love properly if you don't punish.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? 'Cause if you're not trying to make your kid
right.
the best
Yeah.
that they can be, you're not actually taking care of them.
And the thing is, how you punish your kids, everyone does that differently, right? Some people say, no, you go to the naughty corner. Some people say you're grounded. And some people are going to get the beating. You dig what I'm saying? So, like, like for real though. So when
beating, save the for last.
Yeah, you get the beating. So when you get the beating, that's more of like a kind of like tough love.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, right? You get sent to your corner, and then 10 minutes later, say, I come back. Okay, that not a tough love.
Would you rather get?
You know what I mean?
Would you rather get whipped, and then get to just hang out with your friends, or get grounded for 2 weeks?
Hang out with my friends. That happens to me all the time. Bro, my household is no such thing as grounding,
really
bro.
tough love.
You finna. So there is tough love. So what I'm asking you is, because you're saying love equals pleasing, right? So I'm saying, how does love equal pleasing when you do grow up? When you do grow up in a household where
I forgot one part we did mention. We said the process of love, of expressing love or receiving love, is not exactly pleasing, but the end result is something that should be pleasurable. So obviously, tough love, as we're talking about now, right? That process of being, what's the word? Chastised and corrected and all that time. Yeah, the process of being corrected and all that. That might not be pleasing, but obviously the lessons learned or the character building it gave you in the end, you're gonna be thankful for that in the end. It's like, I'm pleased that this occurred to me.
And this is why I realized that there's different types of people when it comes to that, yeah. So example, I kind of grew up in that kind of household, yeah. But then now I'm at a point where it's like, yo, thank you for doing all that, right? For the way that you punish me, whatever, the way you spoke to me, like, thank you.
Thank you for the chastising.
Yeah, all that stuff, yeah. And there is some people that grew up the same way that I grew up, and they're saying, nah, like, I don't like my parents for doing what they did.
Yeah.
So for you to say that it's a pleasing outcome, you need to first appreciate what they did. If that makes sense. Because now if you don't appreciate the way that you grew up or the way they treated you,
you know why?
How can you say that was pleasing?
If your parents never made you understand why you are being punished, regardless of how they're punishing you, the lesson cannot be learned.
Yeah.
Right? So if I don't explain, like, okay, look, you need to be beat right now because X, Y, Z. Now, sometimes there's a good reason, right?
Yeah, word. Sometimes you just had a bad day.
All right, example. Let's say my kid's 8 and he's playing in the playground and he smacks a girl, right? I'm gonna smack him and I'm gonna be like, I'm smacking you because you don't smack girls, right?
Don't smack anyone. Don't smack anyone, not just girls. But okay.
Sometimes you gotta wrap up with the man them.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's calm.
It's not that deep, right?
It's not that deep.
No, but
That's
sometimes
calm.
even though you explain
as
it
you
to
win.
them, they still don't like the way that you're treating them.
Okay, if you're just
Yeah,
an
it's like, why
unfair...
can't you just talk to me? Why do you have to hit me?
Yeah, it's like yo, that hurt.
And I agree.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think hitting your kids is actually a logical thing.
Yeah, I can't believe I've completely changed my mind when it comes to that, man. Man's finna have these discussions and that.
Bro,
I can't wait to debate with these kids.
Kids are
and if
not-
they're winning, what chow? Bro.
I'm still dad.
I'm still
Wow.
dad, bro. But yeah, sorry, kids are...
Kids aren't that dumb. Like, as in, you can have a conversation with them about things.
Because they have a reason. It's for some... Whatever it is that they did, they had a reason.
Yeah.
But
why'd you hit her?
Make that be a
I hit
teachable
her
moment, right?
because
Yeah.
She took my toy. Well, we don't hit people because they take our toys.
Take that back in
Idiot.
it.
Wait, what? But I'm with that though. I'm with that. But yeah, I think you could really only appreciate that. The outcome could only be pleasing when you go back to appreciate the way you've been brought up.
Yeah.
If you don't appreciate it, then you would never think that was a pleasing outcome. You dig what I'm saying?
You guys. One of my friends was telling me once, like, they were getting hit by a belt on the butt when they were a kid, and as their parents, like, the kid like lies down on top of the parents' leg. As the parents go cocking back their arm, the kid farts.
That's disrespect, bro.
What? That's a good way to get out of it.
What?
That's a good way to get out of it.
You get hit with more.
Oh man, nah, bro, I can't after joking and that. Nah,
Come back and fight.
come back and fight. man.
You said come back in. Don't worry.
But it is important, like in a household, for the parents to, just show love to each other
Yes.
and really appreciate each other in front of the children, because children see that, and that's what they're going to, do when they're older as well. So it's love
You
your
kiss in
wife,
front
love
of
your
your children?
husband.
Yeah.
Do you what?
Would you kiss?
It can only be a peck. You can't do any
Yeah, not
more
a
than
full
that.
make out thing.
What?
Wait, no. What about those that kiss the kids on the lips?
No, what? Actually,
Up to a certain age, yeah.
Nah. Well, you gonna kiss your son on the lips?
Until,
No, my daughter, but not my son.
Until 5 years. Far out, no, damn.
What? I don't know, man.
Wait, why
I
wouldn't
know.
you kiss your son? Why
What?
not?
No, I'm just
Daughter.
kissing
He
on the
gets
cheeks, bro.
forehead. Mwah.
Yeah, look,
Yeah.
bro,
Fair.
forehead
Boy.
thing is mad intimate,
No.
bro. Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say, bro, I'm so
Cheeks.
proud of you. Sorry, I'm so proud of you for killing it on the baseball field today, man. Mwah, bro, like
I was wondering where you're going
thing
with
on,
that.
on
I was
forehead
actually
right here,
wondering
bop, bop, right there, like,
Yeah.
that's cute, bro. Like, you know,
And
what I
the cheek,
mean?
the cheek is nice, you know.
Nah, bro, kiss your son on the cheek.
Wait, what's wrong with that?
Kiss him on the nose.
That's the normal.
It's
cute.
gross. Like, come here,
Nose?
mwah.
But I would do it when I want to annoy him because I know he'll probably find that. I mean, I can't. I just want some kids.
All right, mate.
All right. Yeah. Wait. What you say? Would you kiss in front of your kids? Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably. Yeah. But no, mate. Like, I want to let you know, bruv. This house did not have you originally.
Whoa.
Yeah.
We were
And
doing
one
this.
day it will not.
We were doing this before you was here, innit? And you're not gonna make me stop that. I own this house.
That chair you're sitting on? That's what you made.
What you say? What you say? Big man thing. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah.
No, yeah,
It's cute.
What am I
Like, no cap, I see my parents doing it for us, man. I'm like, ew, like, you get ill, but really, in your heart, you're like, I'm so happy you guys are still together. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah. And you're like, ew, stop it, get a room. Thank God. You know? But,
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
Would you know?
What I what? Yeah, of course.
Well, nose going crazy.
what?
What? Bro, what? Those are children. fam.
Missed the angle.
It's in front of my children.
Oh,
Nose. Nah, don't worry.
Dude out here making noises, man. I did have one interesting question, though, actually.
We'll see if it's interesting.
Oh, man.
Okay.
I feel like I asked you guys earlier. You said you didn't hear it. But it was like, how will you guys instill dreams into your children?
Still, what?
Instill dreams into your children.
What dreams are we talking about?
Passions and desires.
Okay.
Yeah, thank
so,
you.
okay.
How does that not sound like dreams, bro?
No, like you said, I don't know. Elaborate for the people.
And I'll run through my thought process when I wrote this down. So obviously, what I started with when I was talking about this was what were some adult things that I would do when I was young. I feel like I've said this before, but I was talking about like, all right, some adult things that I would do when I was younger. So before, like, bruv, since I can remember, I used to always write stories. I used to always draw floor plans of houses. I even used to make like cardboard dioramas of like, I remember I made this dope ass like hotel once, like there was a pool and all that. Mad late. It's like, those dollhouses, how it's got a cross section.
yeah.
Full made that out of cardboard. Like I used to do this thinking I was going to be an architect or something, yeah. And when I look back at it now from this, I was like, who put like, where did I learn this or the skills to do this or start to pursue doing this thing?
Yeah.
When I'm talking like grade 2 and stuff like that and below, like I started doing a lot of these things. I was like, who instilled that in me? So then it got me thinking like, how are you going to instill dreams that mean something or can get somewhere in the future for your kids? Because I was thinking like maybe today, like kids of this day are just too babied and they have no comprehension of no comprehension of the future.
Yeah.
In some regards, like, and responsibilities in the future. Like everyone's too like obsessed with this instant gratification and like the now.
I agree with that.
Like no one ever thinks of the longevity of a dream or a
Yeah.
passion.
That
Like,
it's
I
not
mean, you
gonna
still,
come
obviously, I'm not going to say
quick.
you don't see that at all
Yeah.
anymore. But honestly, social media is no representation of true reality. But from what you see, from,
It's
the
definitely
story-
a true representation of people's priorities.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, exactly. True. So like me, after seeing that, I'm like, do these young kids that are all over the media doing all these things, do they understand the future? Did they get dreams put like out? What got me to the question of how do you instill dreams is how am I going to make sure my kids don't be like this in the future of having no understanding of making a life that's lasting. You know what I mean? Oh man, what's that song? Andy Mineo said something fire, man. I can't remember, man. But it was basically around the concept of like, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to be famous. I'm trying. Oh man, I can't remember. But I'm trying to have a life with impact, the kind of thing. So yeah. Question is, how do you do that? You know, or do you guys first of all agree with the the hypothesis that
first to an
today,
extent? So what my parents did, they kind of implemented principles within me. But in terms of the dreams aspect, that came from me seeing them, rather than them putting their
That's
dreams
exactly
on me.
what I was gonna say.
So when you're growing up and then you see the things that your parents go through, you're like, I'm going to change that. You know, what I mean, I'm going to do something about this, right? So then now that became my dream. Like at a young age, maybe even like at like 15, like okay, cool. My dream is to do this. My dream is to go back to do something in Africa with my grandparents there, something to help my mom, to my dad. So they didn't really pull saying, okay, you know, I'm gonna make my son ambitious. I'm gonna make him this, and we're gonna put that into him. That kind of came on me by looking at them, but they already did some stuff in place to make me hungry. You know what I'm saying? And like gone before, like the principles. Okay, this is how you should do this. This is, you want to get something. It's all about hard work. You know, this, that. So the principles allowed me to get my dreams.
Yeah.
Wait, do you have anything?
I was just gonna say, like, in order for you, how you were saying when you were two, you know, you started getting into all that architect stuff and like building and all of that. I think it's what your parents like expose you to, like the things that you're watching as well. I think we might sometimes feel like kids shows, they're just, you know, singing and rhymes and all that stuff, but there's actual like content in there sometimes. Like the things that I've seen, you know, they do have things where kids are like building stuff. They do have things where like adults, you know, they show what adults are doing, like work and all that type of thing. So it's like, it kind of gets you interested. And then it's also like, you might see something, or like you might put your kid into sport and then they're like, you know what, I don't like sport. What else is out there? And then that child might start to like, you know, search for things, no matter what age, even at school, up until like what, year 7 or something, or is it like 8, that everyone's learning the same stuff, right? And then after that, it's kind of like, okay, we have these subjects, choose what you like, choose what you're interested in. And that kind of like also contributes to this dreams and instilling all this stuff. So it's not always just the parents' job type of stuff. It's like when you're out there, you're exposed to these things too.
I think for me, I don't want to actually instill certain dreams for my child. I want my child to see me as someone that's always dreaming, right? And always, because I think what happens with a lot of adults is you get to a point where you're like, and for good reasons, like I want to do the safe option in life, right? I want to just maintain this job and level up progressively and all that kind of stuff because it's safe. I have a family now that rely on me and all this kind of stuff. But even like outside that, it's like people just stop dreaming.
Yeah,
right?
I was gonna
it's
say,
like,
even in that situation, you can be someone that dreams. It's like be in this
I wanna
setting or
become the
situation
CEO. I want
for a purpose, exactly,
Right.
to lead somewhere. Yeah.
So it's like, for me, it's like I want my child or children to always see me as someone that's dreaming about what my passion is and what I want to do. I was talking about this with one of the friends recently, and like me and her were saying, like, it's going to be such a challenge to not judge what my kids' passions might be. You know what I mean? Like if one of my kids is like really into gaming, right? Like, because it pays now, right?
Yeah.
It pays millions for like what, a 16-year-old won $3 million on a Fortnite competition last year, right? It's like, if that's really my kid's passion and they're good at it and everything, it's like for me to not knock it and let them actually dream in that field the way I dream in my field, right? That's going to be a challenge. But it's like, I want them to see that. I want them to see that their dad and their mom are always dreaming of more, of dreaming of making the world better for them and for others, dreaming to, you know, to own more things for our family, to all that kind of stuff. And I think for me, I kind of think I've gotten that from my parents. Like my dad's never like, not in a bad way, but he's never like satisfied. You know what I mean? It's like he's happy and he's grateful, but he's not satisfied, right? And I think if you stay hungry and stay dreaming about making things bigger and all that, and what more of an impact you could have or whatever, I think kids pick up on that, because you see so many like adults that are like, yeah, it's just 9 to 5, weekend comes, Saturday and Sunday are the best thing in the world, Monday's the worst. And it's like, a kid will notice that, you know? It's like, and I don't want my kid to be like that. I want my kid to be the type that's like, I want to be a famous YouTuber. I want to be a scientist. I want to be whatever.
So reality is that we all gonna have dreams. It doesn't matter if you teach them about dreams or not, right? But what's more important is about teaching them the approach of the dream.
Yeah.
Right? So example, so I was reading this book, Atomic Habits, right? It's all about the environment that you set around you, the house, even the way they set your house. Those little things make such a difference, right? So let's say you have a kid or whatever, they're growing up, whatever, yeah. And then after that, the house needs to be clean, but you're sitting over there watching TV and you're all lazy.
The house is mad
Well,
dirty.
what is that saying? What message
Yeah.
is this sending? Little things is picking up, yeah. But then now, let's just say, okay, I need to do this, and you're taking action straight away, quick.
Well, you're setting the standard.
Guess what it's doing?
early.
The kids knows that, okay, cool, something needs to be done. I'm gonna do it ASAP. Like my mom is like, okay, cool. I need to do this. My mom's doing it quick. I need to wash the dishes. She's cooking. I'm doing quick. So
You
then
almost
now-
want your kid to be uneasy when
When there's nothing happening.
or even like when the dishes are there, they're watching the shows and they know you're out. You're like, nah, I
Yeah.
cannot
That's
let these
what
be here.
Well, yeah, and I think you can also build ambitions within your child when it comes, like, for example, nowadays, like, I look at it like a lot of parents of young kids, and I'm like, you don't take those kids anywhere. Like, you barely take them to the park. You never take them to the library or an
The library
alternative,
slept
right?
on
Bro,
for kids.
nah,
What the
When we
hell?
were kids, we were always there.
Oh, posted up. What are you saying?
All
Man's
the
got
time. Mom
bro,
was always taking
You know how
us
happy I
there.
was to get my library card, bro.
Bro.
You know how happy I was to get the public library card?
Nah, no cattles. No, it's too nice.
Look, bro, man, trash ass signature on the back of it and everything,
And it-
bro.
yeah.
Master Daniel. What?
Crayon.
Damn, crayon. I wasn't that young, bro. Like, man was allowed to use pen and that.
Oh, man.
So yeah, I think it's more of like the process that you have to do. The way that you are and the way you approach things is the way that they're gonna approach things as well. If you're here being lazy, guess what? Guess how they're gonna approach their dreams. They're gonna be all lazy about I'll do this later and blah blah. But if you're quick, I need to do this. I'm gonna do this. Blah blah blah. They'll do it quickly. You know what I'm saying? So you
So
can't.
easy
It's
to
all about
set
setting them.
standards for a kid as well.
Yeah,
Easy and hard at
The
the same
environment.
I think you just have to be persistent
Yeah.
and make them
Oh,
make
well,
them feel like they're in charge.
Fam,
of
what's the thing about like if you want to change culture, be the culture. Like it
Yeah.
applies to your house too, but like kids are sponges. Like everyone always says it when
Yeah,
they're young.
they
They emulate
absorb
everything that they see. I
Yeah.
think that's the right word.
Yeah.
Hopefully it is. Like they'll literally soak up anything that they see in the environment and that. So it's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
It's
and I
gotta-
think they thrive off feeling like they are in charge of their life as well. So instead of
you
yelling at your kid, go brush your teeth so we can go to bed and read the book. Do you want to brush your teeth or read the book first? You pick. And then they know they have to do
Yeah,
both.
they have to do both,
But
but
they
it's like
feel
which
like I
one?
brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
okay,
Wait, what was the
Yeah.
option?
do you brush your teeth now and then read the book, or read the book and then brush your teeth?
What about none?
what are you gonna do then?
You don't.
Yeah. So what you gonna do then, boy?
What?
Yes,
Ah,
sir.
that's not an option, but you pick one.
Yeah.
But it's funny as they go off the rails. Now I want to watch TV. I want to do this. They're like,
That's your answer, isn't it? When they start saying the wrong thing or what, bro?
I'm with it. Man.
Wrap it up, Dan.
Wrap it up, Dean!
Thank you guys for tuning
I
in
did
one
have
time.
something like a very, very dope. It's about my white white background, black text. But I'll say it for the next
Yeah?
episode. Right?
Wow.
This one's no. It's a very good conversation. You look.
I'll save it for next time.
All right, drop it and let's see if.
I ain't gonna drop it now.
Okay, fine.
I feel
All
like
right, thank you for
safe
joining
for
us for another episode of the Disruption Podcast. We have been your host with the most. It has been good times.
We love you. We love you.
Nice.
All right.
Peace
Mad love.
out.
Very nice.
Tuning in.
We out.